What is going on now, ladies and gentlemen? Iron Banner is back. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are too. Lord Saladhead has officially returned to the tower. You can find him in that back room behind the bounty robot if you're looking for him. Speaking of bounties, you also retrieve the Iron Banner bounties from him. Wow, that's like really hard to say really fast. Iron Banner. Oh, okay, see? Well, that was just, I said something about a banana. Anyways, you can find those from him. You can pick those up. They're actually dulled down this time around. One thing that they did get from the community is some of the people felt like they were far more challenging than they needed to be, and a wide variety of players were not skillful enough to acquire some of those bounties from before, so they dulled them down a little bit more to make them easier to get, which is a great thing for those that, struggled before. So, with that being said, what has changed? How's it feel now that it's apparently so much better and everything like that? So, I'm going to give that to you guys today. Now, what we do know, if you go to Lord Saladhead yourself, you can find him in that back area at the tower. He does sell 2 pieces of armor. That are the gloves, and those are the bootsies. You can pick up some Uggs from him. And for those that have been asking, they do get you to level 30 light, meaning, just like the raid gear, these pieces of armor get there. Now, they are quite expensive. If you're looking at the stuff right now, these things are like 10,000, 12,000 points a piece. Glimmer, excuse me. My bad. Glimmer. It's really, really expensive. So if you guys are looking to buy a few of these and you need a Glimmer farm, I'll leave a link down in the description below, or you can click the little thing on your screen right now, and it's the best, fastest way to get Glimmer. So, with that being said, we're going to keep back on track. Now, he does have 2 weapons for sale. He's got the fusion rifle and the scout rifle, which are pretty good. They have great impact, and they're going to perform quite well in the Iron Banner. What I do know is this time around, there's going to be 4 weapons that you can pick up from this. Jolder's Hammer, which was the LMG you could buy from the previous Iron Banner, now drops as a reward in Crucible, just as a random drop. And I do have reports saying that Timur's Lash is the other one, which would make sense because the last 2 from the other ones now drop from this, and you can purchase 2. And then maybe that pattern will continue, so the next time 2 new Iron Banner weapons will be introduced, and then you can retrieve the last 2 or even the last 4, as long as it scales like that. We'll see exactly how that happens. That's as much as we know so far, though. Now, one thing I do need to tell you guys, those that are going to jump into the Iron Banner, is to make sure you pay attention to a few things so you get the max reputation that you can gain. Now, you want to put on the emblem, the shader, and your cape or your class-specific item for the Iron Banner, which are things you can actually purchase from him as well, because they do give you increased reputation, if that's very, very important to you, because you get to level up faster. Now, as you can see, armor you can't get into your level 3. Weapons you can't get to your level 4, and I think it maxes out at level 5. Now, why this is significant and why you need to grind and push this out right now is because at the end of this Iron Banner, all of this is going to reset. You're going to be back at level 1, or level 0, excuse me. Next Iron Banner comes out, you're going to have to work your way all the way back up to level 4 or level 5 again, which is pretty good. It gives you a reason to grind every time these comes out, which is pretty important in my opinion for an event. On top of that, another major change is you get a pretty significant buff. If I recall correctly, you get 50 points for a win and 40 points for a loss. Now, the way the losses work now is you don't get anything when you lose. What you get is a 2nd place silver medal, actually the Iron Medallion, and these things stack up to 5 times. So say you lose 5 times in a row, you get 5 medals. Upon your next win, those are transferred into actual reputation gains. And those are worth 40, I believe, if you don't have any of the extra things equipped. So it's about, 80% as good as an actual win itself, but they do stack. So say you lose 5 games in a row and you win the 6th game. That win right there will be worth 50, and because you have 5 other losses bundled up at 40 apiece, that whole entire game will grant you an additional 200, plus the 50 for the win. You're looking at 250 rep there. So that's one way that they tried to counter people from leaving the game, which was such a plague in the last event. So that's one of the major changes. We know they're worth that. I believe when I have all of my equipment on and I have the new buff, the tempered buff, which you can also pick up from Lord Saladhead as well, those, I think I get around 73 rep for every win, which is quite exciting because that's pretty good. That's almost 100 points for every win, and that's good leveling, fast leveling. It's easy to do. Now, the tempered buff. This is a new buff that they've introduced. It's only a 12-hour buff, and the way that I look at it, it gives you a pretty significant buff. But what is so important about it is for those people that can't play during the week or would really like to only grind out on the weekends, from what I've seen, because, the closer you get to the weekend, the closer you are for this thing to actually terminate and end, I believe the longer that the Iron Banner is in effect, the more reputation you get when that tempered buff is in play. Now, that's just supposed to be for those people that can only play like near the end of this and people that can't get on right now. I don't know exactly how well that'll scale. I don't think anyone does yet or anything like that, but from what I've experienced, I think that's exactly how it plays out. So, with that being said, the big part, Does this feel any different, or does this feel like another Crucible? To me, it feels like regular Crucible. I've only pretty much been playing level 29s and 30s. I haven't been really dealing with like any 20s or 22s. I haven't found myself killing people so dramatically fast that it's like, wow, did that really just melt him? Or, you know, I've never seen myself get killed really, really quick. I've not seen anything too distinct to set that this is like incredibly different. They said that was a big part, that within 3 levels, you guys should be able to hang with other people. I haven't noticed any difference between this. Now, that may just be due to the fact that I am level, 29 and 30 with max Shiros, 300 attack, great impact weapons, and everything seems to be working my way. Now, I'm sure if I was on the receiving end of it and I was like level 22, I'd probably notice a difference. But where I am, if you guys are confident and comfortable with your higher 20, 27, 28, 29, 30 characters, you should be pretty solid in the Iron Banner. So again, I don't know how much it's differed. I haven't ran into too many low levels, so I can't tell you too much. But again, it just feels like a regular Crucible. It's, of course, in control. We've got a lot of new map changes you guys can see, and it'll be pulled into effect. So again, I recommend you guys to highly get some teams in there. You got to get some good high-level players together and build in there and go in there pre-made so you get as many wins as you can over and over and over again and try to avoid those losses. Again, losses aren't too bad of a consequence, but if they start rolling in like crazy and you get more than 5 losses in a row, that is some reputation you will be losing at that point. So go in with a pre-made group of people that you know can trust and are pretty good, because rolling solo is quite difficult. Thank you guys for your time. Hopefully you found this video enjoyable. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. It does help the channel out a lot. I will catch you with another video tomorrow and maybe see you in the banner. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Stay moist. I almost forgot. There's also another cool feature in the Iron Banner is you have the ability to re-roll the abilities on your weapons by going to Lord Saladhead himself. You equip the weapon at hand, and you go ahead and try to roll it for 2 motes of light. Cool feature? Let me know what you guys think. There we go. Now I'm signing off.